feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Brian Giles with Brian Giles MTG. And hoo-ha, we're back with more Edge of Eternity spoilers. Starting our list off, we're going to continue with the Mecha Navigator, which we left off with on our last video. So blue and 1 for a 2/1 robot pilot. Artifact creature robot pilot. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, draw a card and discard a card. Okay, card draw. Blue doing blue things. Next up, we have Full Bore. Red mana for an instant that reads, target creature you control gets +3/+2 till end of turn. That creature was cast for its warp cost. It also gains trample and haste until it... Yo! I mean, 3/2 is a good bonus for a single red mana. But if you warped your creature in, it gets trample and haste until end of turn. That's sickness. Yo, and it's uncommon. Everywhere in limited. This thing is just super useful. Next up we have Edge Rover, green mana for a 2/2 artifact creature robot scout with reach. This creature dies, each player creates a lander token. Okay. Yeah, but it's each player, but still, you get a 2/2 for a single green mana and reach. So, I'm not unhappy with it. And everybody gets to ramp if the creature dies. It seems fair. I'm not unhappy with this card. Next up we have Deserted Temple. It's a land. You can tap a colorless or pay 1 and untap target lands. Because there's so many ways to do that. It's just disgustingly sick. Next up we have Litho Breaking. Red and 2 for an instant that reads, create a lander token. Okay, more ramp and red. Then you may sacrifice an artifact. When you do, Litho Breaking deals 2 damage to each creature. So ramp, sacrificing artifacts, dealing damage. Yeah. So it basically creates an artifact that you can sacrifice to deal 2 damage. But you can use it to sacrifice a different artifact and use that for a ramp. I am very much surprised that they're really starting to do ramping in red. Of course, if we had this back in the early days, they would hate the burn players even more. So it's nice that we're getting it now because of, because power creep, but still, between, the stuff we got in Final Fantasy and this, red ramp is a thing. I'm not unhappy with it. Next up is Pinnacle Star Cage. This is a crazy little artifact in itself. 2 white and 1. When it enters, exile artifacts creatures, mana value 2 or less until this artifact leaves the battlefield. And you can pay kind of a beefy 2 white and 6 to put each card exiled with this artifact into its owner's graveyard. Then create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token for each card put into the graveyard this way, and then sacrifice this artifact. Okay, so you can get a whole bunch of value off of that, especially if your opponent's got a big field of weenie creatures. Next up is Atomic Microsizer. Blue mana for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+0. Whenever equipped creature attacks, choose up to 1 target creature. That creature can't be blocked this turn and has base power and toughness 1/1 until end of turn, equipped for 2. Oh, so basically, when I read this the first time, I didn't really understand it, but I thought it was your creature turned into a 1/1, but no, you choose a different creature. It becomes a 1/1, and so that's going to be an interesting something to play with. Hoo-haw. Next up is Glacier Godmaw. Now, the Godmaw really applies in this circumstance. It's beefy at 2 green and 5 for a 6/6 Leviathan with trample. But it enters, you create a lander token, and whenever a land you control enters, creatures you control get +1/+1, gain vigilance and haste till end of turn. So it creates a lander that you can use to set off its landfall ability. It stays big, beefy, and stompy. Hoo-haw. Next up we have Faller's Faithful. Black and 2 for a 3/1 human wizard. This creature enters, destructs 1 target creature. That creature wasn't dealt damage this turn. Its controller draws 2 cards. Well, it's interesting. I might slot it into my my wizard deck just for some more removal. It's not bad. It's a 3/1 body for 3 mana, and it destroys a target creature. You know, if it wasn't dealt damage, your opponent draws 2 cards. Now, you can have Shelly in your deck, assuming you're not playing Standard. And your opponent's drawing 2 cards and losing 2 life per card. Yeah, that's going to go over well. Next up, we have Gigastorm Titan. Now, it seems like it's a beefy blue and 4 for only a 4/4 elemental. But it says this spell costs 3 less to cast if you cast another spell this turn. So this thing could come in as if you cast small little like even 1 mana spell, you could bring this in for a blue and 1 to have a 4/4 body. That's going to be frightening, especially in early game. Get this thing in a 4/4 on turn 3. Maybe even turn 2. Next up we have Lash Whip Predator. Now it seems like it's got an okay cost for 2 green and 4. You get a 5/7 plant beast with reach. But it also says this spell costs 2 less to cast if your opponents control 3 or more creatures. So you can bring this in for 2 green and 2 if your opponent's got a decent amount of creatures on the board. 3 or more creatures on the board. Now, notice it says opponents. So, technically, according to the wording of this, you can, if you're have this in your commander deck, all your opponents, if you have 3 other opponents, all your opponents have to have is 1 creature each. Depending on things, you could get this thing out, in a commander game as early as turn 3 for a 5/7 with reach. That is disgustingly scary. Okay, next up is Code Cracker Hound. A blue and 2 for a 2/1 dog. I think this is the first blue dog we've seen. I may be mistaken on this. When this creature enters, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put 1 in your hand and the other in the graveyard. And you can also warp it in for a blue and 2. If you don't look at the picture, you just look at the dog face, you'll be okay. But if you start looking at the whole dog, you're going to get creeped out worse than creepy, the first creepy loop. Yeah, and it just unnerves me. The legs, the hands, the legs. No, it's just a no for me. Nope. Scent a dog. No. It's just creepy looking. I'm sorry. And we have Blade of the Swarm. A black and 3 for a 3/1 insect assassin. When it enters, you can choose one. Either put 2 +1/+1 counters on this creature, or put target exile card with warp onto the bottom of its owner's library. Now, listen to the wording of this. Put target exiled card with warp onto the bottom of its owner's library. Not target card with warp that's in exile. So this means it can put any card that's been exiled, no matter if it's in warp exile or in regular exile, onto the battlefield, as long as that card has a warp ability. This is a classic example of reading the card makes you understand the card. Oh, you just exiled my warped creature. Too bad, now I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to put it back in my library. Okay, that's excuse me. So that's all we have for today. We certainly got a lot of insane cards with cost reduction and crazy abilities. I don't know what else we're gonna get, but we've still got some stuff that's gonna be coming, and we'll just see you on the next video.